Good afternoon, friends, and welcome. I'll be sharing live trades and results with you. We'll be evaluating how well these trades work out. We'll be benchmarking this against the S&P 500. I'm expecting to be outperforming it every month. Along the way, I'll also be sharing some lessons I've learned about investments, trading, and building wealth. And of course, the mandatory disclaimer. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It should not be interpreted as advice. And with that, let's get into it. Well, welcome to trade number 30. This has been a very interesting sort of scenario. I think in our last trade we were talking about, we pick up a little bit, we were losing a little bit, and Adam decided to take an exit back here. And I was kind of wondering why he was doing that too, because we're really not giving much room for this to move. And generally things seem to be going the right way. However, here's a lesson in trading. Sometimes the market just moves in ways you just don't think. But this is actually a perfect scenario for us because we are sitting out of the market at this point, and look at this ginormous gap down and then a continuing run to the bottom. That was just an amazing thing, and Adam is going to take advantage of that. Because that price is so much lower than it was when we exited back here, we're going to go ahead and take an entry. So you can watch that order go in live. That order is filled, and this trade is on. All right, so a couple interesting things on this trade that I'm going to point out. I mentioned that we're typically trying to go in at the end of the day at the close, and you can see there's a little variation, which is kind of interesting. I intend to trade after market, so at the close of the day I make my decisions and Adam makes his decisions and we decide when we're going to go in. But even a little bit of time between that happening, the price can vary, and if the market's still moving pretty quick, it doesn't always guarantee you're going to get a price. As a reminder, a limit order means you're trying to go in at that price, but what it actually means is if the market hits that price, your order is converted to a market order and will be filled at whatever the market fills it at. So, in this case, this is a pretty significant variant, and that's why, perfect models don't work perfectly because trades don't work perfectly. But, we didn't sort of get the right price, but that's all right. The next day, a lot of movement in the market, and I thought we were going to be in really good shape. You can see the size of this candle from wick to wick, from end to end, was pretty big. That would have been a great move. The problem is it ran back by the end of the day and closed around this level. Adam takes a look at that, and here's a great question for you guys. Is it time to exit? Do we stay in and see what happens the next day? Adam's going to make the decision to go ahead and take an exit. And a couple things I will also point out is, this is the perfect scenario for a trade where in a falling market, from here to there where the market's falling, we're actually going to make a little bit of money. So we're going to go ahead and take the exit. You can watch that order going in live. That order goes in and is filled, and this trade is over. Let's head over to our tracking sheet and see how we're doing. Well, we are definitely trading a little faster these days. That trade completed on November 1st. The S&P was at 571.04. As you saw from that chart, there was a big drop and then a slight recovery. So the S&P actually lost 1.89%, bringing its buy and hold strategy year-to-date total to 20.14. I really like these kinds of trades because even though the market's falling, we're picking up a little bit here. We picked up just over 0.5%. It was a good trade. It doesn't help our year-to-date performance out much, but it is something. We're moving in the right direction. So we're up to 8.68%. Our buy and hold strategy is at 20.14, and our beat the market factor is sitting at 0.43. This is a really poor performance. The only thing I can say is we're trying to climb our way back to 1. In a couple trades, we can definitely move the needle, but we need to continue to make some really good trades like this one. So we made a little bit of a comeback. It's moving the right direction. Hopefully on our next trade, we'll continue to make some headway against the market performance, our benchmark, and we'll catch you on the next trade. Thanks for watching. That's it for today. How do you think we're doing? Please comment below and let me know how this compares to other investments you've seen. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only and should not be taken or interpreted as advice. Until next time.